Send another one.
Please don't post it.
Everything changed the night she finally allowed herself to feel it. Emily sat on the edge of her bed, the room dim and quiet. The only light came from a small lamp behind her and the faint glow of her phone. She wasn't crying loudly, she wasn't dramatic, she was just tired. Tired of intense love, tired of confusion, tired of feeling like she was always fighting for emotional security. And then her phone lit up. A message from Dan. Her heart reacted instantly, not because she still loved him, but because her nervous system remembered him. The late-night conversations, the emotional highs, the sudden withdrawals. Her fingers hovered over the screen. She could reply, she almost did. But this time, she didn't. Because for the first time, she wasn't asking, does he still want me? She was asking, why does chaos feel familiar to me? That question followed her into the silence. But silence doesn't mean safety. Not long after, a different presence reappeared. Carl. Not physically close, but close enough. A reminder of fear she once carried. A shadow she thought she had escaped. For a moment, her chest tightened. Old patterns whispered, run, hide, shrink. But something inside her felt different now. Instead of panicking, she paused. Instead of reacting, she observed. She stood in front of her mirror one night and looked at herself longer than usual. Not at her appearance, but at her eyes. And she saw something she hadn't seen before. A woman who survived. A woman who endured. A woman who kept choosing love even when she didn't know how to choose herself. And then something unexpected happened. She imagined her 17-year-old self standing in front of her. The girl who thought attention was love. The girl who confused intensity with connection. The girl who stayed too long. Emily didn't judge her. She felt compassion, because that version of her was just trying to feel chosen. So she picked up a notebook, and she started writing. Not about them, about her. Her fears, her triggers, her patterns. And slowly, something shifted. She wasn't trying to win anyone back anymore. She was trying to understand herself. Weeks later, she stood on a small stage, not to tell a love story, but to tell the truth about emotional patterns, about healing, and about how sometimes the real heartbreak is realizing you never learned what healthy love looked like. The audience listened, and somewhere in that room, someone else was listening too. Aiden. He didn't stare at her the way other men did. There was no intensity, no dramatic spark, just calm attention. Later, they spoke, and something about him felt quiet. No rush, no pressure, no emotional roller coaster, just presence. They met again at a cafe. Sunlight filled the space. She found herself relaxed, not performing, not overthinking, just being. And that scared her more than chaos ever did, because peace felt unfamiliar. One night, when Aiden didn't reply quickly, the old anxiety returned. Her chest tightened, her thoughts spiraled. Is this how it starts? She almost created distance, almost tested him, almost created the very pattern she had just escaped. But this time, she recognized it. The fear wasn't about him, it was about her past. And instead of reacting, she chose stillness. Healing wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic, it was quiet decisions no one applauded. Standing at the crossroads between chaos and calm, she realized something powerful. Love wasn't supposed to feel like survival. It was supposed to feel safe. And for the first time, she didn't choose intensity. She chose peace. But the real question wasn't whether she could choose differently once. The real question was, could she keep choosing differently? Fade to silence.